Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Monday. We are here Monday, March 23rd. Woo! What a ride. What a ride. I miss you all. Wildcats all day. So I want to go over some nuts and bolts scheduling stuff momentarily before we get into today's coronavirus news. First off, I want to talk to you about what we're going to be doing from here on out, the rest of this time we're apart, to feel like we're still together. Okay. So Google Meets are going to happen for every class and they're going to be on a routine schedule. Okay. They're going to happen Monday through Friday, not every class every day. Okay. Let me clarify that point. First period will be on Monday, second period, Tuesday, fourth period, Wednesday, fifth period, Thursday, sixth period, Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, 11 to 12, attendance is mandatory. If there's a problem, you need to talk to me. You need to email me. You need to text me. Speaking of email, text. We need to see each other. We need to feel like we're not alone through this. That's the point of these Google Meets. I'm going to every day have some sort of essential questions. I'm going to try and kind of have some discussion. This is my first time doing this online, so we're all working together to try and make this work, okay? So it's super essential that I see you there. First period, I'm excited to see you. I'm recording this video at 10:10, so I'll see you guys in about 50 minutes. Besides that, nuts and bolts are going to be continually posted on Google Classroom. It is essential you are reading every post. That is a huge difference between the experience in a classroom and the experience on a virtual classroom. Is teacher can't be there for you to ask for clarity unless you call, unless you email. So you need to read every post so you are on top of any sort of last minute changes. Okay? Let's get into it. Today, I want to be doing this every day because I think it's really important and really informative. The last time we were together, visually, digitally, I've been taking screenshots on the daily of the status of the Corona tracker. Is this last Friday's? No. Give me a sec here. Maybe that was last Friday's. Let me look at a calendar really quick. This is live. This is real. This is just humans being humans, ladies and gentlemen. And that being said, I hope we're all being kind to each other, being kind to our parents, being kind to those people around us. This is weird territory. So what it comes down to is being kind to each other and being supportive through all this. Currently, I'm not able to track down last Friday's coronavirus tracker. So just for the sake of comparison, because I really like comparing, let's look at last Thursday's, where there were 744 confirmed cases in California, 12 confirmed deaths, and 356 confirmed cases in the Bay. Now, this is last Thursday's, so 4 days ago. Let's look at where we're at now. 744 has become 1887. 1,887 confirmed cases in California, 35 confirmed deaths, and 798 cases in the Bay Area. So just for some math, because I know if I divide last Thursday's total, 744, by today's total, we're going to get that. And then we're going to times that by 100 for our percentage. That's almost a 40% increase in cases. This is continuing to grow. I'm sorry I didn't have Fridays available. It looks like the continual growth is being kind of mirrored in both the Bay Area and outside the Bay Area. You notice that our coronavirus tracker from San Francisco Chronicle is delineating between the orange and the brown. And it looks like the growth is sort of mirroring both in the Bay, outside the Bay. Okay. Take a look, examine, consider. Next, I want to talk about another resource that I've been clued into maybe since this last Friday after I did my last video with you guys. I was just looking at other resources and I found John Hopkins Corona Resource Center, and I was actually really impressed. And I wanna kind of go over it, take a look. You see country totals: China to Italy to U.S. Currently, we are third, and this growth has been pretty consistent. You can see the total number of confirmed cases contrasted to the total number of deaths versus the total number of recovered, which is actually a really neat number. This has to do with the curve talk, the flattening the curve, this little segment of the page. Our goal is to flatten the curve so we no longer have these issues associated with exponential growth. See, you do use math, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what else we can do on this site. I want to click on the US. This is actually kind of a neat aspect of the site, is it's global, and it allows us to focus up on all the different areas. My understanding is New York is absolutely one of the largest outbreaks in the United States. And if you track these outbreaks, these bigger red circles, those are all going to be clustered around major urban areas within each state. Currently, West Virginia was the last state to get coronavirus, and late last week they got their first case. So now it's in all 50 states, including Alaska and Hawaii. You can see here a list of the sources of all the deaths. I want you to see this total recovered, no data. So it's not as if people aren't recovering in the United States, they're just not collecting that data. And I can't actually speak to why. Cumulative confirmed cases versus active cases. Let's just compare and contrast that map. I'm kind of curious. I want to drag over because we're looking at North America. I guess when you take a cumulative total versus active things that are ongoing right now, it doesn't look as dramatic, which is actually reassuring because we will get through this. It's important to know this will top out. It's important to know progress will be made. But being at the beginning of the spread, we're going to watch that growth. And it'll peak and it'll go down. Let's talk about some other issues associated with living through what we're living through, because this is weird territory for sure. The Center for Disease Control released this article, and I think it's just some useful tips to consider. It's essentially how to stay sane in the midst of all this. Managing anxiety and stress associated with COVID. Everyone reacts differently to these situations. I'm a researcher. I need information. The more information I have, the more I feel like I'm in control. My wife, she is much more trying not to figure it out. Matthew, please don't say anything. I don't want to hear about it. Sometimes stress manifests fear and worry about your own health and health of your loved ones. My wife's there. Change in sleep or eating patterns, I'm there to a degree. I'm finding myself sleeping oddly and waking up really early. There's a difficulty concentrating. There's like a manic refresh on my phone. Like, what's going on? Am I missing news? That's my dog. Love her. Worsening of chronic health problems, increased use of alcohol, tobacco, other drugs. Don't do that. Don't blunt what you're feeling with alcohol, tobacco, or drugs. I'm going to say it. I like some of these things we can do to support ourselves. Taking a break from watching, reading, or listening to news stories, including social media. Um, Many of you probably are not news watchers. That being said, I know Snapchat has like news and stuff. Like it's ingrained in the social media experience you have. So literally just put the phone down. I've literally been trying to like phone off, phone away, not dealing with it. It's not worth it. I just need space. Wildcats, because I miss you guys. Take care of your body. I'm working out every day. I'm trying to count all my calories using MyFitnessPal. Do it. Watch your intake. Make time to unwind. Try to do some other activities. I'm writing, doing some of my article writing. I'm doing my workouts. I'm playing PS4 with my brother when we have time. He's also a teacher down south, so he's trying to figure out this remote learning thing too. And then connecting with others. That's why we're doing our Google Meets. That's why you need to be FaceTiming your friends. I want you to notice how there's different kind of categories for support for stressors. For your parents, you should show them this. For responders, for people who have been released for quarantine, that's interesting and trippy. And I guess we can all use these when we are done with our shelter in place. One last article for today, and it has to do with something I find very troubling, and I think we all need to get honest about this. This is from the Press Democrat, which is the Santa Rosa, Sonoma County newspaper. Thousands flock to North Bay beaches and parks, heedless of health protocols, ignoring them. 6 feet social distancing. The shelter in place put out by Governor Newsom, put out by Mendocino County just days before Governor Newsom, totally gives us credence to walk, be outside for outdoor recreation, for walking our dogs, if we are practicing social distancing. There are countless examples of Californians right now completely ignoring that. There are countless examples I've seen on in person, on YouTube, on social media of local Ukians that are ignoring the social distancing protocols. This is how we stop the exponential growth that is referenced in the Johns Hopkins. It's absolutely essential that we consider the importance of social distancing. And this that's going on in these Sonoma County beaches is the opposite. And will force the hand of the government for more strong-handed measures. Okay? If your teacher sees that you totally behave when you are suggested that you behave, that's all that has to happen. If your teacher sees that you aren't behaving, there's going to be more strong-handed protocols to make sure you behave. Referral, in-class suspension, whatever it might be. Don't be that kid. Don't be that society. We have to be preventative. We have to be preventative so this stops increasing. This stops growing. And how do we do that? By not doing this. Maintain social distance. That's going to be it for today in terms of articles. I'm going to be posting this immediately. I miss you guys. I'm excited for our Google Meets this week. I'm going to be putting information out there in a video about how grading is going to work on those. It's going to be really straightforward. Just do it and you'll do well. Boom. Let's talk. Call me, email me if you have any questions. I'll see you first period today in about 40 minutes. Thanks.